Hello there everyone, this is RegiTime, and we have another hand that I have played recently that I would like to bring for discussion to my YouTube channel. I'm just going to move my that over slightly so we can see any chips that go in during the pot. This hand has been played at the 10 cent, 20 cent euro tables on the iPoker network, which I've been playing these games a little bit recently. I'm working on my game, trying to get it in real good shape. It's got a little bit flabby over the time with playing on the softer side, so I kind of thought, why not just go and give your game a good workout at stakes where you can afford to make some mistakes and it's not really going to hurt you too much. So, and the quality of the regs on this site, that's not great. It's certainly enough to provide a test and give me an idea of what works, what doesn't work in terms of like population stuff as I move forward. So here we are, we're up against a regular in this pot. We'll see what happens. We have this regular Black Hole 09 who's raised from middle position. 6-7 suit, which isn't a hand I would typically defend versus middle position raises, but this player over a not unreasonable sample size has a 23% open from middle position, which is wide enough where I think we can think about defending the 6-7 suited. Whether we defend it by 3-betting it or calling, it's debatable. I think I got a little bit confused here and just thought, well, especially in the middle position, his range is likely to be stronger. Even though I saw the 23%, I wasn't having like tons of faith in it because even though it's a reasonable sample, it's not like a really trustable sample size. And I wasn't sure. I thought 3-betting was maybe overplaying my hand slightly, but I certainly didn't want to fold this hand. I think it gives us plenty of opportunities on many flops to take some aggressive lines, some creative lines, call them what you will, and sometimes we can just flop really well with it. So obviously if I just folded the hand, it would be the most boring hand history ever. So obviously I didn't fold. I did elect to call, and we got a pretty good flop for our hand. This player does c-bet 62% of the time in position. Wasn't really paying too much attention to that stat. I kind of thought this is a board people wouldn't necessarily c-bet too lightly, and so my thought was he wouldn't c-bet it too lightly, so therefore, because he might know that I know he won't c-bet lightly, maybe if I put a check raise in, it will get more respect. I can certainly represent all sets here, and some draws too. Like the draw we have would be at the absolute bottom of the range for doing this, I would imagine. I wouldn't have any total air in this spot. Very rare I'd have complete air in this spot. So I'm hoping he's going to bet so we can put a raise in. That was the plan. He did bet, and I did that too quickly. We did put the raise in. Just kind of around 3x's raise. I mean, I could have made it a little bit smaller, I guess, but we are kind of wanting. I don't think it makes much difference whether they make that 177 or 217. I don't think it affects his range too much for adding the extra blind either way. But maybe I could have gone a little smaller or a little bigger, but I'm happy enough with the size. He gets a job done. He gets him to fold all this air that's beating us. He'll get him to fold. It's just two random high cards that he's just stabbing with. We're not getting him to fold pairs. We're not going to get him to fold draws. I don't expect him to fold those parts of his range. But I was hoping there might be just enough air in his range to make this race profitable, given that we do have the gut shot and the back doors. Unfortunately, he disappointed us by calling. And then we get, I think, what's a reasonable card for us to continue on. We would very rarely be like check raise giving up here. I can't imagine too many situations of check raise and give up because, as we said earlier, I don't think they're going to have very much air in the range. So it's a decent card to barrel in terms of it's going to be an overcard to a lot of his calling range, like pocket 7s, pocket 8s, 9x, pocket 6s, that type of thing. So I think it's a mandatory double barrel here on this particular card, even though our actual pot equity doesn't improve. I think we have picked up a decent enough fold equity. We can continue ripping sets. He might just give up with some of his draws now as well. He might just decide to just fold a pair on the turn, expecting a third barrel to come in. If he's got a hand like pocket 8 or something, he might just fold if I barrel. So I do make a barrel. Again, not the biggest barrel. I have been working on making all of my bets and races much smaller recently. That's part of the work I'm doing on my game. Just trying to like tone everything down, add more aggression to my game, but do it with smaller sizes, make myself more difficult to play against. That's the theory. It's been going really well, to be honest with you, and I'm really quite enjoying it at the moment. Whether it's just because I'm playing against pure regulars or whether it's actually a really good strategy, I'm not sure yet. But we don't have enough hands to really know for sure. I think we played 4,500 hands so far, and I have been having an absolutely crushing win rate, but the sample size is completely irrelevant. So we can't take too much into account, but it feels good. So I did go for the smaller size, and we are going to try and make him fold things like worse than a 9 here, really. Maybe he's had some random floats that he's now going to fold that are beating us. Pocket 8s, pocket 7s. We are putting decent pressure on those types of hands. Unfortunately, he does call us again. And then we hit the river in terms of now we're ahead of some of his hands that he called. So ahead of all his flush draws now, you would imagine. And that didn't make a pair, but ahead of all his like unpaired flush draws. If he did have any kind of straight draws, which is very, very unlikely, but if he does have any kind of straight draws on those boards, like Jack 10 that floated maybe, or who knows, like 8-7, the same hand we've got 6-7, things like that. Well, not 6-7 so much because obviously we've got to chop it that. But the issue for me now is, do we continue with our bluff, or do we now consider check calling to catch his bluffs if he does have that any air? For example, I think he's going to go check if he has like a 9 or pocket 8 or something like that that has stuck around. He's going to go check with a loop. So do we need to carry on bluffing? Do we need to like ignore the fact we have showdown value and carry on betting here to try and get him finally off like a 9 or an 8 or something like that, pocket 7s? Can we just check call because he's had enough misdraws in his range, or can we just check fold and give up because we know his betting range on this river, or we don't know, but we think his betting range on this river might be too strong for us to call with just like a measly bottom pair, rubbish pair shitty kicker. So there are 3 options. I think all 3 are legitimate. Turn our 6 into a bluff and bet again. Check call, or just give up. What would your line be? Make your move, please, and please do let me know what you think of my line throughout the entire hand and my thought processes. So thank you very much for looking at it. I hope the hand has been interesting to you, and I look forward to seeing the feedback in the various places that I post it. Thank you very much. Take care, everyone. I'll be back with another hand pretty soon. Bye-bye for now.